Hello there, and welcome back once again. Now, today I would admit I am feeling quite tense. I'll show you it's me though. Look. Hopefully you can see me. And no, I'll tell you this now, it's not about cancer, although that does normally scare me. Not today. Today I'm just generally worried about the state of the world. You ever have those days where you just think the world's losing it? Today seems to be one of those days. Because, well, you know the news. Our second time's coming. Because, well, we've all been watching the news lately, haven't we? Well, we do in some way or the other. I mean, I don't actually watch the news itself on TV, but I tend to keep up with world events, you know. And recent events do leave me rather worried. Partially about World War III, and partially about how expensive everything's going to start getting lately. And I am aware that I am a privileged individual to live in the country I do, and to have spent the last 41 years of my life here. I'm well aware of that. I'm more than aware of that, of course, but everything's going to go down and everything's going to get more expensive, and it does leave me worrying about everything, you know. Because normally historically when things like this start to happen, bad people tend to get involved. I don't mean bad like me, I mean bad as in 1930s Germany bad. It does leave me slightly worried about that, I'll be honest with you. I mean, normally I'm part of the nothing ever happens crowd. And I've been like that for most of my life, because let's face it, for all the bad things that happen, nothing's ever really happened. Things are kind of carried on. But today I'm kind of left thinking elsewise, you know. Because, I don't know if you can see, but the price of petrol has gone up by 2p since yesterday. Now, many people have said this, but the price doesn't need to go up yet. But it is. I'm kind of left with this fear that the whole world is just going to hell in a handbasket because a bunch of rich people decided that they weren't rich enough. I mean, look at that price, 143. I walked past it yesterday, as you probably saw in the video, provided you actually watched it, of course, and it was 141.9. Now it's 1.3. These are scary times, I'll be honest with you people. And it doesn't really do much for my mental health. It really doesn't. But I'm still here, so I'm obviously done something right up until now. And if I'm honest, I'm going to carry on living, no matter how bad things do get for me or for other people. Although, if I'm honest, my life's been pretty good, really. I've never really suffered major tragedies that other people have done. I mean, I never got married and lost it all because of recession like some people did. Never lost a limb like in a bad accident like other people have. So I shouldn't really complain, but I'm going to complain. Because ideally, no one in a fair world, nobody would suffer. But then, if you didn't suffer, how would we know how good our life actually is? And this isn't me trying to say, you know, we've got to suffer now to feel better about it. But we do need at some point in our lives to have drama to appreciate the good times, because that's how you know you have a good time. Sorry about that. Had an opportunity to cross the road and I took it. It's a fairly busy turn. If you remember, I was there yesterday. And as you can see, there's quite a few cars there now. Anyway, as I was saying, I understand you do need some amount of drama in your life. Everybody does, unfortunately, because it's how you appreciate the good things in life. It's like I said before, if you remember the video I made where I said I hope you have a bad day, or had a bad day, I forget which it was. It's the one where I say I hope you have a bad day so that you can appreciate the good days. It's kind of like that. But the way things are going, I kind of wish it wasn't on such a society-wide, civilization-based level, you know? I wish the suffering that probably will come could be lighter, you know, for most people. Because there's a lot of people out there who are struggling right now. I don't mean struggling on me, I mean really struggling. Because let's face it, my problems are first world problems. The problems of my depression is up there with, you know, the Wi-Fi not working today, or you forgot to put that nice cold drink of yours in the fridge and it's only slightly cold, you know. It's up there with that, my problems, let's face it. It's a nice garden. Not really a fan of the fully trimmed garden like that, but it looks nice all the same. Personally, I prefer to let it go and just go wild. That's just my personal opinion, of course. I'm not judging anyone who has a different opinion to me, of course. But anyway, as I was saying, this takes me back to the whole I hope you have a bad day thing. And when I said I wish you a bad day, I don't mean on a civilizational collapse level bad day, of course. I just mean, you know, a day where things didn't go quite right for you and you end up thinking it was a bad day, but tomorrow will be better. And then you do wake up the next day and you think things are better because it's behind me. But as I said, I'm left with this existential feeling of dread. Even if it is a beautiful day like it is today, and it is absolutely gorgeous out here, let's face it. I mean, this is beautiful, is it not? I mean, look at that ocean. It's absolutely gorgeous today. It really is. But to go back to my previous point, the threat of what's to come this year fills me with a lot of dread, a lot of fear. I mean, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to survive. Because as much as I may complain, my life is pretty good. And I'm pretty certain most people out there have got it worse than I do. Which is why I often say to people, you know, you should make a vlog. You know, you should talk about your problems. Because it wouldn't hurt. It's a good thing. And I still stand by that. So I'm going to keep mentioning it on occasion. But I will say this now. Despite the darkness coming, we've got to remember, okay, that we as people are not bad people. Okay, we have the choice to be good or bad. We have the choice, okay, to help people or not help people. And we have the choice not to screw people over, simply because it might make us slightly better off, you know. I mean, this is an opportunity in a way. And I don't just mean to use less oil, because that would definitely be a good thing. I mean, I hate to say it, but if I was one of those people that kept screaming out renewable resources, I'd probably be feeling quite smug about now. But that's not the point of this video. The point is, we as people can choose to be good or bad. And I think we should choose, well, I'm going to choose to be good. I'm going to choose not to hurt other people in this, no matter how hard things may get. I'm going to choose to do my bit. I'm choosing to try and to fight the negativity that will come. And I say fight, I'm going to try to fight it, because I know it's easier said than done. I know many people do have serious problems with negativity that make mine look quite insignificant. So, because we don't get to choose whether we feel depressed or not. I hate to say it, but we don't. However, we get the choice to be good. We get the choice not to hurt people. And yes, I'm aware I'm repeating myself, but I think it's worth repeating, you know. We need to be the change that we want to see in the world. You want the world to be a nicer place, you've got to be a nicer person for it, you know. You've got to do your bit. If you do your bit, then great. And I love you already for it. And I'm not suggesting you give up all your possessions and just go wandering off like certain religious prophets did, or leaders, or, you know, figures did, like. But we can all choose to help our fellow person, you know. Everyone is entitled to love. Everyone is entitled to help when they need it, aren't they? I believe they are. I believe we're all entitled to the same rights, the same opportunities, and the same privileges that everybody else in this world has. And although I feel a lot of dread about what's going to happen, I'm going to do my damnedest, my most. I'm going to put 100% effort into trying to be more positive. I'm going to try to be the change that I want to see in society. And I absolutely mean that, okay? And I hope that if you're listening to this still, hope that you decide to do your little bit too. You know, I'm not saying, you know, give up all your possessions or donate half your money to that charity. I'm just saying, you know, when you get the opportunity to do the right thing, do it. If you eat at a restaurant, maybe tip the waiting staff just a little bit more if you live in a country where tipping's a big thing. I mean, some countries like mine, you get a service charge, so it's not really necessary, but you could always tip £1 or £2 afterwards. You know, because people work hard. And sometimes that little thing can go a long way to helping others, you know? All of us have the power to change someone else's world. And sometimes we're not even going to realise we're doing it. So, next time you're out, just have a little think, you know. How can I do better, you know? How can I help the world out? And as I said, I'm not telling anyone here to do a big thing, okay? Because I don't know what your situation is, but if you get a chance, you know, just have a little think about the people who are less fortunate. And I'm not saying, as I said before, okay, I'm not saying that you donate half your money away to charity or anything, okay? Just have a little think, you know, maybe give a little bit more to that waiting staff, you know, that done a good job helping, you know, serving you your lunch or your dinner or whatever, you know. You got a bit of change, why not give that homeless guy a cup of coffee or something to help him out? All these little things go a long way. And I always want to think little things like that do help me sleep better at night. And as I've often said, if we are to do the right thing, we should do it simply because it is the right thing. What I'm going to say is, I've lost myself here. Sorry people about this. Look, what I'm trying to say is, just try and do the right thing, you know, just have a look at the world and at society as a whole and think, what can I do to slightly improve things? Because the way things are going, we're going to need the kindness more than ever. You know? Kindness is something you can never have too much of. And I hope this doesn't come across some wishy-washy, lefty, do-gooder thing, because it's not my intention to do that. I'm just saying, you know, maybe we should try to help. Maybe we should just try and do better, you know, and just see if we can do our bit. Because sometimes the tiniest little things can make someone's day. And that's a nice house, even though it is, I think it's not my choice colour of house, but I like it all the same. Anyway, I'm going to finish this here because people are starting to stare at me, as I can see. So when you go out, people, just have a little think. Think about the world and think about your fellow person and what you can do. Because even the tiniest little thing can make a huge amount of difference. So until next time, people, please take care of yourselves, because you need to look after yourselves. You need to look after yourself first before you can look after anyone else, as I've said before. So until then, take care, and remember, I love each and every single one of you. And if you can't do something good for a person, then I'm not going to judge you, because I don't know your situation, and same way you don't really know mine as such. Only what I tell you. So just take care of yourselves, people, okay? And just have a think. Just think, okay? Bye.